MG 1428 1924 to 1926. The MG 1428 Super Sports is a sports car that was launched in 1924. It was the second line of cars produced by W. R. Morris's MG Company. The first line of cars were 1548cc Morris Oxfords fitted with a two-seater body supplied by Charles Raworth and Sons of Oxford. They were built at first in small premises in Alford Lane, Oxford, moving in 1925 to a larger site shared with Morris Motors Limited Radiator Factory at Baynton Road, Oxford. The badge on the front of the car still read Morris Oxford. MG badges were not to appear on the car's nose until 1928, but they did appear below the Morris badge on the honeycomb of the last of the 1428 cars, which had flat nose radiators. Cecil Kimber had rebodied a few Morris cars with coachwork to his own design, but in 1924 he started to advertise our popular MG saloon built on the Morris 1428 bullnose radiator, Oxford chassis. The basic chassis was collected from the nearby Cowley factory and slightly modified, and the engine mildly tuned. They were then fitted with attractive aluminium paneled bodies painted in two colors, with in 1924 5 bolt-on artillery wheels with ace discs, and in 1925 6 bolt-on wire spoke wheels. From late 1924 front wheel brakes were fitted. Suspension was by half elliptic leaf springs at the front and 3/4 elliptics at the rear. The top speed was approximately 65 miles per hour, 105 kilometers per hour. A fabric-bodied saloon model was added to the range in 1926. In late 1926 Morris updated the Oxford, dropping the distinctive bullnose radiator in favor of a flat one and widening the chassis, thus requiring a redesign of the body. H.N. Charles was employed by Kimber to do this, and at the same time the basic chassis received improvements by Morris garages to braking and suspension, taking the MG car further away from its Morris roots. The revised car was heavier and the top speed dropped to around 60 miles per hour, 95 kilometers per hour. Other changes were half elliptic springs at the rear and a Solex carburetor replacing the SU on the earlier car. The brakes received assistance from a mechanical servo. The 1428 was replaced by the very similar 1440 in 1927, after approximately 400 had been built.